Russia has formally withdrawn from the Treaty on Conventional Armed Forces in Europe, CFE, an international security pact regulating the use of conventional weapons. The decision was announced earlier this year and took effect at midnight on Tuesday, the 7th of November 2023. Russia's Ministry of Foreign Affairs characterized the treaty as outdated and not aligned with Russia's interests, attributing this in part to NATO's expansion and perceived circumvention of imposed restrictions. This move follows President Vladimir Putin's recent revocation of Russia's ratification of the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty, CTBT, and a test launch of an intercontinental ballistic missile capable of carrying nuclear warheads from a submarine. The CFE, established in 1990 shortly after the fall of the Berlin Wall, imposed limits on conventional arms and equipment to prevent a rapid buildup of forces between former Cold War adversaries. It faced opposition in Moscow at the time, as Russia held an advantage in conventional weaponry. NATO contends that Russia has not adhered to the treaty's terms for many years, citing suspension of participation in 2007 and complete cessation in 2015. More than a year after Russia's extensive invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, Putin decreed the denunciation of the pact in May. The Russian Foreign Ministry stated that the CFE Treaty was forged in a different geopolitical context when global and European security cooperation seemed attainable. The ministry emphasized that maintaining the treaty, even in a formal sense, has become untenable in light of Russia's core security interests, noting that the US and its allies never ratified an updated version of the accord in 1999. The US and its allies had tied ratification of the revised 1999 CFE to Russia's withdrawal of troops from Georgia and Moldova, a linkage that Russia contested. The conflict in Ukraine has led to the most severe crisis in Moscow's relations with the West since the height of the Cold War. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov recently characterized relations with the US as being below zero. NATO had previously criticized Russia's decision to exit the CFE, asserting that it undermines Euro-Atlantic security. NATO stated in June that Russia has not fulfilled its CFE obligations for many years, citing Russia's aggressive actions in Ukraine and alleged complicity by Belarus, which runs counter to the goals of the CFE Treaty. In response to Russia's 2011 suspension, which the US argued was not permitted under the treaty, the US and NATO ceased implementation of the treaty in relation to Russia, according to the State Department.